Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has once again urged residents of Ogun State to collect their permanent voter cards before the January 29 deadline so as to ensure victory for candidates of the All Progressive Congress APC at the forthcoming general elections. Governor Abiodun gave the charge during the campaign rally in Ojowo, Ijebu East local government area of the state. Governor's office correspondent Yusuf Ganil reports.
After a visit to Ajibandele Ogbere, among other areas, the atmosphere at Ojowo for the campaign mega rally of the All Progressives Congress gubernatorial candidate, Prince Dapo Abiodun, and other candidates came alive as they cited the man that walk his talk. Popular Kwala musician Aruna Shola performed to the delight of the people, while presenting candidates of the party in the axis to the people. The state chairman of APC, Chief Yemisha Lusi, said voting APC at all levels will no doubt guarantee more dividends of democracy to the people. Governor Abiodun said people should endeavor to collect their PVCs, as that is the only way to achieve continuity of development being enjoined in the state.
As is of our council chairman at the party, council to watch my buying, shake, BBC. And nobody will be eligible, and a lot of people, and what you will
The governor further stressed that governance is a serious business and it is not meant for mediocre, but people with proven track records in public and private endeavors.
This is the first time in the history of this story is happening. This time around, every living government represents the APC. Every living government. Every living deputy government represents the party. They are all working together for the same cause.
The event also witnessed the empowerment program for the people of the axis. Yusuf Ganilu, Ogtv News.
Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has extended the collection of the permanent voter cards by 8 PVCs were collected in some states since the Commission took the collection of PVCs to wards on January 6. Nigerians have been urged to ensure they collect their permanent voters card PVC preparatory for the fast approaching general elections. The call was made by concerned Nigerians in order to record an all-inclusive participation of all and sundry during the exercise. Margaret Okunola visited some centers in Abeokuta metropolis to monitor the exercise. Her report.
Counting down to the 2023 general elections, plans are underway by various groups, stakeholders and agencies to ensure the involvement of a significant number of Nigerians for a free, fair and widely accepted electioneering process. A visit to various distribution centers for the collection of the permanent voters card shows there had been a kind of apathy on those concerned, which required raising the awareness on the need to have an attitudinal change on the part of eligible voters.
I tried to reach out to people like yesterday that they should try to come out to pick up their card line down here. I met with the community leaders, the CDA leaders, the CDA chairman and their excos that they should try to sensitize people to come and pick up their cards, and I can see people responded to them.
Meanwhile, on the other hand, for some, collection of their permanent voters card is a need, not a want. According to them, it is a right needed to have a better Nigeria.
I came to collect my PVC. Why? Because I want to vote for my choice.
It's not stressful. They only ask for my previous voter's card. In absence of it, they ask for the printout, which I presented. Within 5 minutes, it is being given to me.
Honorable Oludaisi Elemide is a member of the Ogun State House of Assembly representing Odeda State constituency. He canvassed for massive collection of permanent voters card.
A lot of people want politicians to assist them. That should not be. To them. That should not be. That should not be. My right is my right is my right.
Having started the collection exercise on the 12th of December 2022, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has extended the collection of permanent voters card from 22nd of January 2023 to 29th of January 2023. Margaret Okunlola, Ogtv News.
The presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress ADC, Dumebi Kachiko, on Friday disclosed that he had tested positive for COVID-19. He also called on Nigerians to be vigilant as COVID-19 had made a comeback. Kachiko gave this warning in a statement where he revealed that he was isolating and had cancelled all public events till he received a negative report. He called on Nigerians not to take the coronavirus for granted, as infection rates have risen rapidly over all the world in the last few weeks. President Muhammadu Buhari has formally endorsed the Bauchi State governorship candidate of the APC, retired Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, for the March 11th election. The president also endorsed the party's candidate for Abia governorship, Chief Ikechi Emenike, and urged citizens of the two states to massively vote for them. The Bauchi State governorship candidate of the APC, Sadiq Abubakar, was accompanied to the State House by the party's national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu. The governorship candidate, Abubakar, is the immediate past Nigeria's ambassador to the Republic of Chad, as well as the immediate past chief of air staff. Also at the State House was the Abia State governorship candidate of the APC, Chief Ikechi Emenike. Similarly, President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday granted audience to Governors Yahaya Bello of Kogi State and Ademola Adeleke of Osun State. This is in furtherance of his strategic engagement with critical stakeholders towards ensuring that the president finished strong in office and needed approval of the APC government stewardship of the confluence state. Governor Bello was at Aso Rock to formally thank the president for the honor to personally inaugurate landmark projects in Kogi State 2 weeks ago, whose execution, he said, was a result of the unprecedented presidential support to the state.
In terms of infrastructure, in terms of fighting insecurity, in terms of delivering good governance to the people, by the special grace of God, when I came on board, I have no any other thing to do than to emulate him and to make sure that infrastructure is provided for the people. Graciously, he came, he saw, and he believed exactly how we've been able to utilize the meager resources in terms of envelope and the little we've been able to generate as IGR within the state. the utilization in terms of the project, and a legacy project that's going to touch the life of the citizens decades, if not centuries, to come. So it is a follow-up visit that I come today to thank Mr. President.
With the president also centered on the ongoing electioneering campaign towards ensuring victory for the APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for continuity and a greater interest on the nation.
APC governors touched lives of Nigerians across board. He is a performer, he is a builder, and he has started telling us exactly what he's going to do. And we know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows the road, and we are ready to follow that person who knows the road. And thank God that is a candidate of President Muhammadu Buhari. And that is why you could see that President Muhammadu Buhari is already campaigning for him, that he will continue where he will stop.
President Muhammadu Buhari also granted audience to the governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Nuruddin Adeleke. It was the first formal engagement between the president and the governor-elect on the platform of the PDP since his inauguration last November. The discussions were held behind closed doors.
I just saw the president looking so well, looking so good. Since my election, I feel like I should come and say hello to Mr. President and thank him for signing that electoral act, which have benefited from it, that paved way for free and fair election.
The proposed new revenue formula is in the final stage of becoming a public document. As part of the process of giving the nation an acceptable revenue formula, the new formula will soon be presented to the National Assembly to pass into law. A statement from the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission RMAFC on Friday in Abuja said plans were afoot for the new revenue formula to be transmitted to the National Assembly. Going by tradition, President Muhammadu Buhari, after going through the details of the vertical revenue formula and satisfied with the contents, would then forward the formula to the National Assembly for promulgation into law. The vertical revenue allocation formula deals with the sharing of revenue among the three tiers of government, while the horizontal revenue allocation formula involves distribution among states on the one hand and local governments on the other. Since the RMAFC has confirmed that the President will soon transmit the vertical revenue formula to the National Assembly, the Commission has commenced the review of the indices used for the horizontal revenue allocation formula. To this end, the RMAFC is set to roll out a proprietary software for the collection of data on the indices to be used for the horizontal revenue allocation formula for the nation. Chairman of the RMAFC, Mr. Mohammed Bello Shehu, disclosed this in Abuja while announcing the takeoff of his meeting tooling program. The clerk to the 9th National Assembly has transmitted the new Business Facilitation Miscellaneous Provisions Bill 2022, also known as the Omnibus Bill, to President Muhammadu Buhari for his assent. The Special Advisor to the President on Ease of Doing Business and Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, Dr. Jumoke Uduwoli, said this in a statement on Friday in Abuja. According to Uduwoli, the bill aims to codify Executive Order 001 on transparency and efficiency in public service delivery. She said it will also amend select business facilitation laws identified as critical to the ease of doing business in Nigeria and institutionalize business climate reforms. Journalists, public servants, and other people who had one business or the other on the premises of Osun State High Court on Friday had a hectic time accessing the area following the deployment of heavy security as the tribunal hearing the petition against the Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke concluded its sitting. The candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC at the July 16 polls, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, is challenging Adeleke's victory. Many visitors to the court were not allowed to enter the premises with their vehicles by armed policemen stationed at the entrance to the court. Also, many people who could not convince the security operatives at the entrance were turned back. The Osun APC and the People's Democratic Party PDP on Thursday traded allegations about the plan to attack the venue of the tribunal sitting by some unarmed politicians. On Friday, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Deremba Stoho, announced the appointment of 9 new judges for the court, separate from the earlier 15 judges recently approved. Catherine Obi Christopher, Assistant Director of Information of the court, in a statement said the CJ in the exercise of his constitutional powers and consequent upon the approval by Chief Justice of Nigeria CJN and Chairman National Judicial Council NJC Justice Olukayode Ariwola for the appointment of 9 more judges separate from the pending exercise for the appointment of the 15 judges earlier approved. The exercise for considering candidates for possible appointment to the bench of the Federal High Court with regards to Bayelsa, Ebonyi, Gombe, Ogun and Oyo State would commence soon, the court said in a statement. The Apex Court, Supreme Court, has dethroned to contest, and this will be the 4th time he had to step down for selection exercise. Etobom Anthony Ani and others in a suit filed by his lead counsel, Mr. Joe Aggie, sued Etobom Ani had instituted the suit immediately after the Etobom's conclave met and declared Etobom Abasi Otu as the Obong-elect, not after he had been crowned the Obong of Calabar. This is the first time in the history of the throne that the Apex Court will dethrone an Obong. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has dismissed a bid by the family of the late head of state, General Sani Abacha, to stop moves by the federal government to reopen criminal forfeiture proceedings against the former Army General. The probe by the government is targeted at family members over their alleged complicity in looting the nation's treasury during Abacha's administration. The Supreme Court on Friday upheld the judgments of both the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal, which had earlier endorsed the power of the federal government to open criminal forfeiture proceedings against the family. The presiding judge, Justice Emmanuel Ajim, dismissed the suit for want of merit and substance. The appeal was filed by the eldest surviving son of the late Abacha, Muhammad, and his brother, Abba. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, revealed that the problem of insufficient funds and the increasing price of construction materials were the only issues delaying the completion of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. This was as he blamed the previous administration for neglecting critical infrastructure. Fashola made the revelation when he featured on a television program where he said crash barriers returned to the site because of the volume of vehicles plying the road, as he pleaded for patience and cooperation with the contractors. He added that the last mile of the project will be completed in the first quarter of 2023. Speaking further, the former Lagos governor disclosed that the construction of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway had received funding of 7 billion naira from the new soccer bonds, assuring that the pains of Ogun residents will be alleviated soon. The Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria, SWAN, Abeokuta chapter, has been assured of the state government's support by recognizing the association interfacing with them before and whenever the need arises. Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kikelo Molonge, gave this assurance during the members' visit at the ministry's secretariat in Okimoson, Abeokuta. Our reporter, Damilola Odetola, has the details.
Abeokuta chapter of the Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria has paid a courtesy visit to the Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kikelo Molonge, at the ministry's conference room, Okimoson, Abeokuta. The visit, which according to the delegates, was to appreciate Ogun State government for its immense support received for the association and use the visit as an avenue to seek more support for the overall growth of the group and the success of the society's primary objectives. The newly elected chairperson of the association, Mrs. Tonade Adenike, who led the association during the courtesy call, appreciated the commissioner for guidance, generosity amidst other requests.
SWAN require a lot of funding. All the SWAN activities are been funded by people of like mind in the past. We're here now. We have a request. We intend to pay a courtesy visit to Her Excellency the First Lady, Mrs. Bamilele Abiodun, and the Deputy Governor, Her Excellency Engineer Mahmoud Salapo Onidele, for which we seek your assistance to connect us in this regard.
In a remark, Ogun State Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kikelo Molonge, counseled members of the association and also lauded their passion for charity works.
I want to praise you for your worthy goals, your passion to make a difference in society. Indeed, the charity work you're doing is quite impressive.
While introducing the newly elected executive members of the association, they however availed the meeting of the body's investiture program slated for Saturday, 4th March 2023. Damilola Odetola, Ogtv News.
Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has promised that his administration will continue to initiate policies and programs that will engender growth and development for medium-scale enterprises. He stated this during a meeting with Plank Sellers Association, Tricycle Owners Association, as well as the Union of Tipper and Quarry of Nigeria, held at June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto, Abeokuta. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganiu reports.
Governor Dapo Abiodun arrived at June 12 Cultural Center for the meeting with the Plank Sellers Association, Tricycle Owners Association, as well as the Union of Tipper and Quarry Operators of Nigeria, who came to show their support to the current administration for its second-term bid. Leaders of the association thanked Governor Abiodun for his developmental drive, while promising that his election for a second term and that of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as candidates of the All Progressives Congress, would receive total support. Governor Abiodun appreciated their support since the inception of his administration and added that all necessary things will be done to assist the associations.
It is another testament to the fact that our promises, our visions are being realized and appreciated. And that is why you've seen me express myself extremely very happily, because they are not sponsored, they are not mobilized, they are not compelled. They've done this out of a strong sense of conviction, and I remain very, very grateful.
The governor further encouraged members of the associations to get their PVCs in order not to be disenfranchised in the forthcoming general elections. Yusuf Ganiyu, Ogtv News.
Nigerian songstress and songwriter Bukola Elemide, also known as Asha, recently caused a stir by singing in a long black dress, appearing to mourn the demise of her nation. Her hit 2007 song Fire on the Mountain to Nigerian leaders, including at an event in the presidential villa in Abuja. Social media was abuzz with praise for the 39-year-old artist's courage in speaking truth to power. As she sang in her biting lyrics, "There is fire on the mountain and nobody seems to be on the run." Glimpses this week is taking a look at the life of the singer and what her songs preaches. Bumi Adigun is our guide.